just wanted to share something with you that I have been reading and studying and meditating on Ezekiel 37, where God commands Ezekiel to prophesy to the dry bones. And I have been meditating on that, reading it over and over and praying over that, because I think so many of us have these promises from God that haven't fulfilled, that are yet to come true, are yet to fulfill. And yet sometimes during that time of waiting, it seems difficult to wait. It seems difficult to keep faith up, to keep believing. Sometimes we might think that God has already forgotten, that God is not aware of our needs anymore. But then I read some notes that I wrote on a napkin last week, and I just want to share it with you, because if you have a promise from God that has not yet fulfilled, I read this line that was so powerful for me to kind of encourage me. It says, the Holy Spirit prophesies over your impossibility. Now, the Holy Spirit, God told Ezekiel to prophesy over something that was dead, but not just dead. It had been dead for a very long time. They were bones. They were not just people buried. They were bones. That means that they had been dead for a very long time. And the Lord told Ezekiel to prophesy over that had been dead for a very long time. Number one, the Lord had a purpose for those bones that had already died, that were already dead. He had a purpose for them, and he told Ezekiel to prophesy over them, which means that there was still life available to those bones. If God has given you a promise, if God has given you a prophetic word that has not happened yet, there is still life available to that word, because Numbers 23:19 says that if God says something, He fulfills it. His word is on the line, and He always fulfills what He says He will do it. So the Holy Spirit prophesies over your impossibility. It was humanly impossible for those bones to come back to life. Humanly impossible. Yet the Holy Spirit told Ezekiel to prophesy over them. That means that the Holy Spirit had a purpose through Ezekiel's mouth, and the Holy Spirit spoke through Ezekiel's mouth over that impossibility. So we need to get back up. If our faith has long gone, we have to come back, to start prophesying over that seemingly impossible situation. Because now when we read, and I really urge you to read Ezekiel 37, for us those situations are totally impossible, but here we see that for God they are not impossible. We see that in Jeremiah 30, where God says that for Him there is nothing difficult. So when does He prophesy? When does the Holy Spirit prophesy? When there is seemingly an impossible situation, He prophesies. Not when things seem sure to happen. Otherwise, we would trust in our God and in our human understanding. When things are so possible and so easy and so logical, let's say, we would not have the need to prophesy. Prophecy speaks over impossibilities, over future things that we don't see yet, but that are in the heart of God to happen. And what we need to do when the moment the Lord utters a word for our future, He has already, as we have studied on my YouTube channel, He has already been to the future. He has already seen the future. He has already written the future for us. And then He needs for us to prophesy over that situation because what we say is His words, His desire, His heart over that situation that is seemingly impossible. So I wanted, I wrote, God is a master orchestrator, and He is going to orchestrate every single minute for you. He has done for me. And the reason why I share this is not because I have all my prophecies fulfilled. No, there are things that I still need to see, and sometimes, if I'm honest, sometimes I've been so discouraged when I don't see them come true, when I don't see them fulfilled. And I have asked the Lord, when is this going to happen? And that is the reason why I have been meditating on Ezekiel 37, and that's why I want to encourage you to keep believing, to keep prophesying. I encourage you and urge you really to read with the Holy Spirit Ezekiel 37. Having in mind this, the Holy Spirit prophesies over your impossibility, and His words are power. Have a nice day.